Dealing with Disease. Author, Aloud. Designer, Aloud. Narrator, Ruth Liu. Video editor, Aloud. I'll always remember the day that I came home from school and saw Mom sobbing at the dinner table, holding a few papers from her doctor. When I asked her about what it was, she didn't know what to say, so she bluntly mumbled, "Jane, I don't know how to tell you this, but my doctor has diagnosed me with breast cancer." I was shocked. Breast cancer? What even was that? All I knew was that cancer killed people, and if my mom had cancer, that meant that she would die. I was paralyzed by astonishment, and my life would never be the same from that day. Hi, my name is Jane, and this is my experience. A few months before my mom was diagnosed, I saw that my mom was changing. She would grasp her breast a lot and wince in pain. She was also always on the phone with this gynecologist. I didn't understand that much, but I thought that was okay. This was all normal adult stuff anyways. You have some problems with your body, you go to the doctor, you get some medicine, and that's that. But then I found out that Mom had cancer. I felt utterly ashamed of myself because I had shrugged off all the signs that she was in pain. I should have seen it coming. I started to learn all I could about breast cancer. I tried to help her out more with chores and stay positive around her, but I was seriously worried. Mom started going to the doctor more, and as I talked with her, I learned that Mom was going out to get a bunch of x-rays, blood tests, things called MRI scans, and more. It was all so confusing, I could barely wrap my head around all of it. As all of this was happening, I got distracted from my schoolwork. Mom was always on my mind, and I just couldn't pay attention in class. My mom needed help, and I was stuck in a classroom learning about Egyptian cities or graphing linear equations. My straight A's slipped to become B's and C's. That's when my teacher, Miss Parvis, began to worry about me, and she could tell that something was on my mind. She pulled me over in class one day, asking why my grades had fallen and why I wasn't paying attention in class anymore. I didn't tell her anything about Mom. Still thinking that something was wrong, Miss Parvis sent me to the counselor's office for a long chat. I sat in the counselor's office, and the counselor, Mr. Bama, asked me a bunch of meaningless questions. He asked about my day, how I felt on a scale from 1 to 10, and what was happening in my life. All I wanted, though, was to leave. I calmly told Mr. Bama that my mom had cancer and stood up to walk towards the door. He didn't allow that. Rather, he reassuringly pointed back at the chair in front of his desk. I sat back down, thinking that this was the worst school day ever. Now I look back and see that Mr. Bama wanted the best for me. I was trying to tackle this problem in my life alone, when really I shouldn't have. I had to seek help, seek others, and look beyond the fact that Mom had cancer, go beyond thinking that she would die. That day, Mr. Bama told me about a cancer support group that met every Sunday at the recreation center. He told me to attend their introduction meeting this week, and if I hated it, I didn't have to continue going. Wanting to leave Mr. Bama's office immediately, I made a promise that I would attend the meeting. Sunday came a few days after my meeting with Mr. Bama, and my mom received an email from him, so she drove me to the recreation center, making sure to kiss my cheek as I opened the car door. I walked into the center, and instantly I saw a small group of people sitting on an array of chairs in front of a large presentation screen. "Welcome," said an eager woman with a smile on her face. I stood there awkwardly, not knowing what to say. "Are you here for the meeting?" she asked. I gave a nod, and she led me to an empty seat. Around me were some other people, one of whom I recognized from school. There were also some elderly people and people without hair, oddly enough. The lights dimmed and the presentation started. Within just a few minutes, my mind got immersed in all the surprising facts that got brought up. The presenters talked about what cancer was and how there are many types of cancer. Apparently, there's also many factors that affect if you get cancer. Smokers have a higher chance of getting cancer. Even seemingly healthy people can get cancer. They stressed the importance of early screening for cancer, and they talked about how there's also all sorts of cancer treatments that exist, from radiation that kills cancer cells to surgeries that remove parts of the body with cancer. That reassured me that my mom would be all right. 15 years later, I walked up the steps and looked out to the crowd to hear thunderous applause. Wearing my robe and my graduation cap, I joyfully walked forward to claim my prize after years of studying, a medical degree. The spotlight shone on me, and I beamed, looking at my mother giving me standing ovation along with many others. Her experience, her recovery, and everyone that supported me in between made me realize that I wanted to support others just like my mom battling cancer. You're never alone when it comes to dealing with the disease.